Oklahoma is going to look a whole lot different next year. Kam McGusty, a sophomore guard, joins Trae Young and Jordan Shepherd as soon as departures as he announced Monday his intention to transfer. After careful thought and consideration, he wrote on social media, "I have asked for my release. Thank you Sooner Nation." McGusty was a top 50 recruit coming out of Katy, Texas, but struggled to make a major impact in his twos in Norman. He took a backseat, along with the rest of his teammates, to Young, who declared for the NBA draft, this and saw his production and efficiency drop as a sophomore. Oklahoma, which lost 9 of its last 11 games, still will return a number of contributors off last year's team. Kadeem Latin was the team's only senior, but Young's huge usage rate and the loss of 2 promising young guards makes for an interesting offseason for coach Lon Kruger. Aaron Holiday is off to the pros. The UCLA junior announced Monday that he will forego his senior and declare for the NBA draft. After much thought and consideration, my family and I feel it is in my best interest to declare for the 2018 NBA draft, Holiday wrote on social media. I want to thank God for giving me the ability to play this sport. I also want to thank my family, my coaches, UCLA, and the fans for always supporting me. After much thought and consideration, my family and I feel it is in my best interest to declare for the 2018 NBA draft. I want to thank God for giving me the ability to play this sport. I also want to thank my family, my coaches, UCLA, and the fans for always supporting me. Aaron Holiday at a Holiday 03 March 27, 2018. While Holiday didn't specify whether or not he'd hire an agent and retain his eligibility, John Rothstein reported. UCLA's Aaron Holiday will declare for the 2018 NBA draft, per his Twitter page. A separate source says Holiday will indeed sign with an agent. College career is over. John Rothstein at John Rothstein March 27, 2018. Holiday averaged 20.3 points per game this past while shooting 46.1% from the floor and 42.9% from three-point range. He also tallied 5.8 assists and 3.7 rebounds. Albany, New York. Crystal Dangerfield scored 19 of her 21 points in the first half, and top-seeded UConn routed number 2 South Carolina 94-65 on Monday night to reach the Final Four for the 11th consecutive year. The Albany Regional Final featured the past 2 NCAA champions in a rare occurrence for the women's tournament. The Huskies' 36-0 quickly turned it into a mismatch with stellar three-point shooting. UConn went right at South Carolina in the opening quarter, hitting 9 of its 14 shots, including 5 of 6 from beyond the arc, to go up 30-12. Katie Lou Samuelson had 9 points, including a 4-point play, during the first 10 minutes. Dangerfield capped the opening burst with a three-pointer from the top of the key just before the end of the quarter. The Huskies stayed hot from behind the arc, connecting on 9 of 10 three-pointers in the half, including a perfect 5 for 5 by Dangerfield. Her last 3 of the second quarter made it 52-31 and delighted a crowd that included former UConn greats Tina Charles and Brianna Stewart, who helped the Huskies to 4 consecutive national championships. Stewart grew up 2 hours west of Albany. Gabby Williams scored 23 points, Samuelson finished with 17 and Nafisa Collier had 16. As UConn scored the most points in school history for this round of the NCAA tournament. Williams was named Most Outstanding Player of the region. The loss ended the stellar career of South Carolina post Aja Wilson. The unanimous All-American, who grew up a few miles from the Gamecocks campus, helped the school win its first national championship last and guided the team to 2 Final Fours in her 4 years. She did all she could to make it a 3rd trip to the national semifinals. She finished with 27 points for South Carolina, 29-7, but it wasn't nearly enough. Coach Dawn Staley took her star out with just over 3 minutes left in the game and her team down 31 points. Meeting of former chums. This was the first time the previous 2 national champions met in the NCAAs since 1997 when UConn lost to Tennessee. It had happened twice before that. Strong attendance. Albany had the best attendance of the 4 regionals, with over 10,000 fans coming on Friday night for the semifinals and 9,522 showing up Monday night. That 2-day total easily eclipsed the 15,949 from 2015 when Albany last hosted the regional. The attendance is a result of a lot of hard work by people in the community who are interested in seeing women's basketball develop to a higher level in Albany, MAC Commissioner Rich Ensor said. We got fortunate with the addition of Buffalo. It brought a state interest to the mix of teams. We were very fortunate to have the defending national champ playing the perennial national champ in our final. Albany will host again next year. Having it back-to-back years lays a foundation to build on, Ensor said. Good word of mouth from 2015 helped this year. Size of crowds this year will help sell tickets earlier in 2019. Up next, UConn will face the winner of the Spokane Regional Final that features Notre Dame and Oregon. Syracuse reserve forward Matthew Moyer will transfer, he announced Monday. The past 2 years at Syracuse University has been an amazing journey, he wrote on social media. Thank you to the coaching staff for the opportunity and my teammates. Also, the fans have been incredible. My family and I feel it is in my best interest to move on and explore other opportunities. Moyer redshirted his first year at Syracuse of 2016-17, and then played sparsely this past, averaging 16.8 minutes per game and fewer than 10 during the Orange's Sweet 16 NCAA tournament run. He did start 20 games and averaged 3.3 points and 3.5 rebounds. He'll have 2 years of eligibility remaining after sitting out the upcoming. The 6'8" forward from Ohio would have encountered continued difficulty inning the lineup with the Orange returning both starting forwards while adding East Carolina transfer Elijah Hughes and McDonald's All-American recruit Darius Baisley. The past 2 years at Syracuse University has been an amazing journey. Thank you to the coaching staff for the opportunity and my teammates. Also, the fans have been incredible. My family and I feel it is in my best interest to move on and explore other opportunities. Godsplanpic.twitter.com/E7Havana2VP, Matthew Moyer at Matthew Moyer 13 March 26, 2018 Carson Edwards will see what the NBA has to say about him after a breakout sophomore. The Purdue point guard will declare for the NBA draft, but without an agent, the school announced Monday. Edwards blossomed this after averaging 10.3 points and shooting 38.2% from the floor as a freshman. He put up 18.5 points per game and shot 45.8 overall and 40.6% from three-point range this last year. He also tallied 3.8 rebounds and 2.8 assists per game. And he produced one of the best gifts of the year. Edwards would seem a likely candidate to return to school, but his ascendant sophomore certainly bolstered his stock. Getting in front of NBA teams, whether in workouts or the combine, is definitely the prudent move for the 6'1" point guard. It only lasted 53 minutes, but Michael Porter Jr.'s college career is over. The Missouri freshman will declare for the NBA draft, where he is expected to be a top 5 pick, it was announced Monday. It's been a foregone conclusion for years that Porter Jr. would spend just 1 year in college, as he's long been considered a potential number 1 pick given his skill set coupled with his 6'10" frame. Still, his college career was much less than anticipated. Porter Jr. played just minutes in his collegiate debut against Iowa State before coming out with what would later be diagnosed as a back injury requiring surgery. He did not return to the floor until the Tigers' SEC tournament opener against Georgia, which they lost, and then played his final game in the first round of the NCAA tournament against Florida State, which beat Missouri. So all tallied up, Porter Jr. appeared in 3 games, went 1-2, scored 30 points and collected 20 rebounds. It was a shame to see such a talented player sidelined, not just because it deprived college basketball of such a star, but also because it robbed Porter Jr. of a truly unique situation. His father was on the coaching staff, his brother was a teammate, and Columbia, Missouri is his hometown. If Porter Jr. would have been healthy all year, there's no telling what kind of special the Tigers could have enjoyed considering his immense talent. It was a lost year for Porter, Missouri and the country.